I think it's going to be amazing. I mean, I've only been to Wembley once, and that was for the NFL. And I did actually go into the centre of the pitch, but I've been watching football for years, and to see you know, as a kid, you dream and imagine what it'd be like with all those fans looking down on you. And so I had that experience, but to experience it in my race car is going to be a little bit different. So, but I'm very excited to see everyone. It definitely will be intense being in front of 80,000 fans in such a small arena compared to a Formula 1 arena, for example, where you have fans around 5 or 6 kilometers. It's going to be everyone's around you, 800 meters or whatever it is, and just to see 80,000 fans for the first time since I've been world champion, it's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not nervous or anything. I'm just excited to see everyone and to see how happy I potentially made people. What I would firstly say is a big congratulations to him on his amazing success. I mean, 3 gold medals. I don't know how he did it, but it was exciting for me to watch. And I think racing on the track would be pretty cool. I mean, in whatever car I'm in, I'll do the best I can. But I've seen those bikes; they do some serious speed. So, but I'm not sure how they corner. So it'll be a real challenge for him, I'm sure. Obviously, been invited to quite a lot of different events this year, and it would be great to be able to compete at the Race of Champions. But I do have other commitments. So, in doing a demo in the Formula 1 car, which would be great to be in front of 80,000 fans, and hopefully the people that are watching. But then also to be able to be present at the Sports Personality of the Year Awards. I mean, that's a very, very special awards for our country. And for me, when I go there and meet all the Olympic stars, all the gold medalists, but just being able to be in their presence would be a pleasure for me. I think he will have quite a big head start for sure. I mean, if it was a straight downhill race, it would be a little bit different maybe. But I mean, those things do get up to quite high speeds, but I don't know how the cornering is. So. But also it's quite a tight track, so I don't know what it's going to be like in the Formula 1 car, but I'm sure it'll be a challenge for both of us. I think it's amazing. I mean, to be in amongst such athletes is always a pleasure for any sportsman, and especially to be amongst a few fellow Olympians and people also that you know people I race also, my fellow Brits. It's going to be great, and obviously with Michael Schumacher there, 7-time world champion, he's someone that a lot of racing drivers look up to. So it will be a great experience. Well, at the moment, I mean, at the factory, everyone's been working on the car since back in February, maybe even January. I think it's February last year. People have already been looking into designs, so everyone back at the factory is hyped. Enthusiastic and even more passionate about trying to develop a car that we can win with next year. And it's a new challenge for everyone because the cars are different. And on my side, I've been down here making a new seat, speaking about different things in the cockpit that I want changing, which will be better for us next year, and giving also feedback of where I believe the car needs to be for next year. And it's great to be able to be a part of that whole process and to see the end result when we get to January and the first race. You see a result of some of your work, but also by thousands. And it's a great achievement. You get there and the car's reliable, etc., etc. But on my behalf, right now, I'm focusing on my training preparation. I do have to start training next week, and so I'll be training all the way down to the first race, and that's a hefty few months, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's a fair old task, I think. I think his car, I don't know what output it is, but I know I kick out about 2 horsepower, so it's not necessarily going to be the straightest of races, but yeah, it's going to be a great event, and I can't wait to get on with it. Yeah, I think the largest crowd I've ever competed at was Munich, 10,000 people. So to have 80,000, that's going to be a hell of an experience, and I'm a big car fan myself, so just to be there and be part of it all is a great honour. Yeah, the whole sport has really enjoyed a massive increase in exposure, and people in the street now know a little bit more about the intricacies of track racing and the different events, and it's a great thing to know that you're trying to promote your sport and get it, spread the word and get people back on bikes. Well, it's going to be tough, obviously. The only benefit I suppose I'll have is that I can maybe negotiate the corners a bit more easily than a big heavy car, but yeah, it's going to be tight. I think hopefully I get a little bit of a head start or some kind of advantage. Otherwise, I think I'm going to get smoked. But I'm going to have a look at the bike itself and look at the circuit and try and decide the best choice of tyres, the best choice of gears. I'm going to go for a single speed gear bike as opposed to a multi-speed gear, a multi-gear bike. And yeah, just have a little think about it and see how best to approach it. I've not really had much time at all since I got back. I've been on the bike probably a handful of times since Beijing, so that's about 12 weeks. And normally I'm on the bike twice a day, 6 days a week. So I wouldn't say I'm at peak fitness, but by this 14th of December I should be up to maybe 90% fitness. So enough to make a race of it anyway. No, I think it's unique in terms of my experience. It's a whole different kind of challenge that I'm used to. So it's pretty exciting, and just as I said, to be there in front of such a big crowd and to be there with all the legendary drivers and just to experience the event it's a great opportunity. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Lewis. I think his whole story is incredible, and I was sitting watching it on the edge of my seat, and it was an amazing end to a championship. I mean, fantastic. He deserved to win it overall, obviously. So I'm glad that it worked out for him in the end, because it would have been a hell of a way to lose your title if it had been down to the last race and it just pipped in the line. So that was fantastic. They just managed to get that 5th place and win the overall. Yeah, I mean, obviously you need to have the engine in terms of your legs, but everything else, you're looking to get every last thousandth of a second in terms of the efficiency of the bike, the aerodynamics of the bike, the strength, the weight, the clothing we use. The technology is clearly very important, and it's as much a battle of mind as it is of the body. You really do have to have the correct mental approach to your racing. So you've got to hold your nerve, you've got to have big time temperament, and all these things it translates across to the motor racing. Yeah, it takes small steps. It takes little steps, and then everybody else, whichever nation makes the improvement, then it doesn't take long to filter through to other teams, and then someone else take a little step forward, and that happens. And there's similar to the motor racing, there's very clear guidelines on what you can and can't do, and there's restrictions on the specification of the bikes, the dimensions of the bikes, all the different rules and regulations. So yeah, it does seem that there's a few parallels between the motor racing world and the cycling world. I've never been there in person, but I've seen it on TV, and it just seems like a great concept. And to have all these legendary drivers there to be all in one place at one time and in a really spectator-friendly venue, it's a great idea, and yeah, I'm really excited to be part of it. All of them, to be honest. I mean, Schumacher, he's a legend across the world, and he's one of these guys that probably 4 or 5 names in the world of sport that are truly legendary, and he's one of them. So yeah, to meet Michael Schumacher would be a big thrill for me. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. I've been in a WRC rally car. I've been in a Mitsubishi, and I've had a couple of laps around the Bedford Autodrome in a JP1 and one of the Jaguar sort of Le Mans style cars. So I've had a couple of experiences in that kind of thing, but this would be a whole different experience altogether, I reckon. Who knows? I mean, I'm just honoured to be there and to be part of it all and to be in the running, apparently, for the Sports Personality Award. To be honest, I think Lewis has got the edge on everybody. It's a high-profile sport. He's done something that no one else has done before. To be so young and to have won the world title in his 2nd year, it's incredible. And I think his story it's a bit wider known than myself or Becky Adlington or Joe Calzaghe or whoever else. So it's very nice to be in the running, but I think that Lewis has got the edge on everybody else, and who knows, maybe if I beat him on the day then it might help my odds, but we'll have to wait and see.
just turn slightly.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what.
We have to get some shots from on the track then. Just have to ask that.